Hey, what's happening? It's Cooper Anderson from Creating the Sound, and today we're going to check out today's snare drum of the day, which is the GMS 6.5 by 14 8-lug, as heard on I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. As always, played by Dylan Wissing. The first thing I noticed on the reference of this one was we had another kind of really tight, punchy, but it had a gated reverb on it. It was a very fast decay reverb. And we're going to try and match that with this mix as quickly as possible because it's a quick mix. So let's take a listen to what we have and get started. All right, so here's the raw tracks. So the raw rough mix sounds pretty close, actually. It's not too bad. And the main thing that I noticed was that the actual pitch of the snare sounded like on the record it was maybe a little lower, or it might have been like it lowers on the reverb decay. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to try and replicate that here. So let's pull up the snare and see what we're working with. So there's almost no bottom end on the close mics, which is interesting. We might need to add some punch in. Let's hear just the top. Okay, so it's in there. We just need to bring it out. So maybe there's just a little too much of the bottom mic in there. All right, so let's set up the reverb as a send. Looks like there was already some sends on here. Oh, real quick, I'm going to do a save as. Always important to do a save as soon as you start doing anything on your session, because then if you need to go back, it's very easy. So there was some reverbs on here. We can just take all these sends off and start a new one. Let's just make this, we'll use the same aux though. Let's try, there's probably a plate reverb is my guess. So let's just try the Abbey Road plate. So we're gonna need something that's kind of thin sounding with like not too much decay. Let's try cutting the bass on that. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we'll take the decay all the way down. And then we'll throw a gate on it. We'll just use the Plug-in Alliance Unfiltered Audio gate, G8. Bring the level of that down a little bit. I wanted to also try Wave's torque on the snare stem, just to see if we can get a little more of that kind of bend I was hearing in the pitch in the original record. So the fundamental frequency is right here. Let's see if we can torque that down a little bit. That's pretty cool. Let's bring the snare bottom back up a little bit. Wonder if there's a wet dry in this thing. Okay, so that gives the snare a little bit more body on the close mics. So I'll rock with that. Maybe just a little more, a little quicker. Here's bypassed. There's with it. So that original mix had a very tight sound, so I think we're going to need to lower some of these room tracks because they make it sound a little too washy. We want that really like tight, punchy sound. So a lot less of this room. Already that's way better. The hall mic, where is that? Let's hear it. I think we can just mute that one altogether. And the character mics, let's try lowering some of them too. Yeah, that's more like it. Now let's hear the kick, because the kick is not quite punchy enough now that we've made these adjustments to the ambience. So what do we have? And as usual, let's throw the gate on here. I want the Sonnox gate. I like to put the gate on the drums before compressing them, because then you're not compressing the sounds that you don't want, which brings them out more. See, here's without it. Definitely some snare bleed in some of the other drums as well. Keep bringing up that one by accident. Yeah, it's weird. There's almost no low end in this. It's like all snap. Let's see if we can throw the VLA-FET. VLA. Yeah, that sounds nice. Little Claro EQ. I'm gonna put this in my favorites. I love this thing. Maybe I'll make that lower one the shelf. Yeah, that's nice. Right there. And then let's take out some of the mud. Maybe a little less sub kick. I'm always a big fan of the CLA. Well, actually, there's two plugins that do this. There's the UAD SSL and the CLA Mix Hub. I'll show you on the UAD because I often use the CLA Mix Hub, but you can use on this one, it's the flip button to emulate running a line level signal through the mic preamp. So all you do is just go here and go to flip. It brings up the gain quite a bit, but you can see it's like clipping a little bit now, but it sounds pretty nice. It's like overdriving the channel essentially. Bring the volume down a little bit. Let's try a little bit of that on the snare stem. I think we need to bring our gate threshold up on our reverb a little bit so it cuts off a little quicker. Maybe lower the hold and release times. And now we can raise the level. Bring the release out a little bit. That sounds pretty good. And let's adjust the gain on our drum bus. Maybe throw a Claro on there, bring up some definition. Just a little bit though. And we'll throw ozone on the master. Call it a day. Now that the mastering's come up in level, I definitely need to bring down the reverb level. Maybe we'll actually EQ this some. Alright, so let's bounce it. I think that will do it for our quick mix. Had fun playing around with the gated reverb sound. It's very subtle on the record. I just thought it brought a little more width and depth to the snare. And I wanted to make sure we captured that tightness of the original record. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And until next time, this has been Cooper Anderson from Creating the Sound. We'll see you.